Are you one of those traders that feels like you know everything about the markets, but for some reason you just can't make any money from the markets? Well, I'm sorry to bear the bad news, but you might be trapped in one of these psychological traps that I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, if you stay to the end of this video, I'll also be sharing a major tip that will enable you get over that fear that comes over you every time you put on a trade. But before we get into that, my name is Gani and I'm a day trader who's traded the markets for more than 4 years now. And I must say I'm super thankful to trading because I've been able to collect several payouts from the markets over this period of time. Now here on the channel, I help traders master their mind. So let's get into these psychological traps, shall we? First up is the overconfidence trap. Now, so many traders find themselves, let's say, on a winning streak. You're winning trade after trade after trade, and you feel invisible. You feel like you're Superman. You feel like you've conquered the markets. And then what ends up happening is that you become overconfident, feeling you've conquered the markets. Now, here is the truth. The markets are very unpredictable. You can't predict exactly what's going to happen next in the markets. So what might end up happening if you are overconfident, you might end up, oversizing on your trades. And then as a trader, you might end up over risking on your accounts, and you might even end up blowing your accounts. So you do not want this to happen to you as a trader. What I recommend you do is that always follow your trading plan. Always follow your risk management rules, because this is what is going to keep you longer in this game. So once you actually do this, trust me, you will never be caught in this kind of trap, because guys, it's all about your mind. So you always have to think about what exactly you're going to be doing before you actually even do it. So this is a great way to actually get out of this psychological trap of basically you feeling confident, you feeling like you've already conquered the markets. Next, we have the revenge trading trap. Now, this is a big one. So many times a trader can take a loss in the markets, and instead of stepping back and reassessing exactly what they could have done wrong or exactly how that particular trade went, they actually emotionally get back into the market and try and make back what they've just lost from the market. And this always doesn't end well. You might find yourself risking more into the market and end up even blowing up your account just because you irrationally went back into the market to try and revenge trade or make back what you had just lost from the market. So you do not want to be this type of trader. Always have set rules before you actually get into the market. Every time you take a loss in the market, all you need to do is step back, maybe even walk away, because this is one of those things I advise many of my students, that every time you take a loss, walk away. This will give you a fresh look into the market the next time you actually come back, instead of you staying on the screen and feel bad about that particular loss. Always understand that losses are part of the game. When you are a trader, you're someone who always risks money for you to be able to make money. So understand that losses are part of the game and embrace them when they come. So this is one of those things you need to actually be at peace with. And once you're at peace with this, trust me, you will become a better trader. Let's also talk about the infamous fear of missing out, or what we call the FOMO. So many traders, they watch price maybe, rallying up, and they want to be in that particular move. So many times I've seen traders, even when that particular move doesn't coincide or correspond with their trading plan, they actually end up getting in thinking the price is going to continue, and then all of a sudden it ends up reversing on them. So you do not want to be this type of trader. always follow your trading rules. Once you have a trading plan, always go by that trading plan. This is what is going to actually enable you become a disciplined trader, that even when price is moving to a particular direction, you are not bothered at all if that particular movement is not corresponding to your trading plan. Understand that you do not have to chase the market. Let price or the market always come to you. So have your set targets that if price gets to this particular level, this is when I enter or exit the market. So this is what the professional traders do, and this is exactly what you should be doing as a new trader or as someone who actually aspires to become a professional trader. The next trap is the analysis paralysis trap. Now, this is also a very big one. So many times I've seen traders, they have all this analysis, this very good analysis, but what really ends up happening is that they want this particular indicator maybe to align with this particular indicator, to align with this breakout, for them to be able to make or basically take that short. And then what ends up happening in that moment of waiting for everything to align, they end up, not pulling the trigger. And this is not something you want to happen to you. As a trader, you always need to be precise. Have a very simple strategy that will enable you make money from the markets. So many times I keep telling traders that less is more when it comes to trading the markets. The less things you have to look at, the better actually you will become as a trader. You do not have to complicate your strategy. Have the simplest strategy. There are no awards for the most complicated strategy in the market. Have it very simple for you, and this is how you're actually going to make money in the markets. Have something that won't confuse you, because you're going to keep missing out on trades because you are over analyzing in the market. So do not be this type of trader. Be a trader that takes the short every time your edge appears in the market. Let's talk about the adding on to losers trap. Now, I've seen this so many times where traders, a particular trader is in a trade and that particular trade is actually in drawdown. And then what comes to their mind is that this particular trade is going to reverse back and go in their direction. So what ends up happening, they keep adding on to their stop loss. They keep adding on to their stop loss or risk, and then what ends up happening is that they are in a very deep drawdown that they can't actually dig themselves out of. Now, this kind of trap is very hard to actually break, simply because it is natural to us as human beings. We do not want to take losses. We are people, or we are humans who don't want to lose anything from us. So if you have your money, you obviously don't want to lose your money, and you feel price is actually going to go back in your direction, and then most times it actually ends up not going there. So have a very clear stop loss. Obviously, you don't have to have a very tight stop loss. Have a kind of stop loss that gives your trades good breathing space. So have this good stop loss that if price doesn't go in your direction, be okay with the fact that it can come and trigger your stop loss. So be at peace with that, and this is going to save you a lot of those headaches, and even it will save you from blowing up your accounts. So be that trader that sets and forgets. Set your stop loss, set your take profit, and let the trade play out. Let the trade play out. Do not do anything about that trade. If it comes to your stop loss, well and good, then you will have another chance to maybe enter the market. But do not be that kind of trader that keeps adjusting their stop loss just because you're hopeful price is going to reverse back in your direction. Well, those are the 5 psychological traps that many new traders find themselves in. Hope you are not one of those traders that has been in one of these traps. In case you are one of those traders, it is now time for you to actually break free from these kinds of traps. And I remember I promised you guys that at the end of the video, I'll be sharing a major psychological tip. And this tip is basically, many times I've seen traders, even my very own students, when they enter a trade, you know, this kind of fear comes over them. They fear to lose that money. They're all there scared. So if you are one of those traders that always faces this every time you enter a trade, I would like to tell you this. Understand that if you are trading, or when you're trading, every time you enter a trade, understand that anything can happen. That particular trade can end up as a win or loss. So be at peace with this. So this will enable you to understand that you only and only evaluate yourself after a series of trades. This could be maybe after 10 trades or 20 trades. This is how you should be evaluating yourself, but not on a trade by trade kind of basis. Do not put on that particular trade and you say, this trade must be a win. This is not how trading works. Understand you have an edge in the market, and then you're waiting for that edge to play out over a series of trades, maybe 10 trades or 20 trades. So this is how you should be looking at things. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you will be able to enjoy this next video.